Hi and welcome everyone, this is Sabaa and today we are going to make a beautiful storage box. So this is the MDF box which I am going to use today. This is a pre-prepared box. It has a shadow box here and then it is the acetate sheet that we can attach it here and then we can use this to hide it. Okay, now to start the process I will try and see if I can give the measurement of this. This is of how much of the length is. Alright, and let's see how to work on it. So if you are working on any of this, we prefer to use your wet tissue. Now I'll take any of the chalk paint. Now I'll take the color and will only start coloring the edges. Okay, I am not covering the entire thing. The reason being, I don't want that brown color to be visible when I would be pasting my papers. I am going to cover everything, but I would prefer to go with only with the covering the edges. Okay. So this step is optional, but if you are more particular about the final finishing of your work, then I would suggest to go with this step. So in case if your paper is not covering the extreme edges of your box, it would give a beautiful black lining which would be popping out from the sides of the paper if you apply like this. You can also apply some other color as well, like you can go with white and or any other color according to your theme. I wanted it to be black. Alright, so meanwhile my box is drying, I will show you that what all the basic preparations I have done. So I have cut out a few pattern papers which we are going to stick on the box. Then these are some paper laces which I use abundantly in all my projects. For example, this green color one, I took the pattern paper. I took this pattern paper and I cut it in a strip. Then also I took a pattern paper also I took this pattern paper, I took this pattern paper and I cut out all these paper laces from it and I collected all. Alright, I have also done some fussy cutouts. I'll show you. There are lots of fussy cutouts which I have done. For this project I did lots and lots of fussy cutouts. I did all this. Now I'll show you. I have segregated the sections. I have done all the fussy cutouts. This is the one, if you see here on this character. Once I did the fussy cutout, I pasted the cutout on a black cardstock, then I again fussy cut it out, and that's how we got that black outline on the element, outside of the element. Alright, and if you could see the element here, this is not pasted on a black cardstock. But I'll show you one more thing which I have done on all the elements. Like if you could see here, there is a detailing you could see with the white marker, the white pen. I'll just show you what I used. I use this sort of a pen and I simply used to give the detailings on all the sides, and I gave the dots all around, and I like that way because it has enhanced the ultimate beauty of each element, and that's what I liked about it. So I followed this step with almost all my main characters. So this is the set of fussy cutouts which I have cut it out. I pasted on a black cardstock, then I again fussy cut it out. Then these are a lot of fussy cutout which we are definitely going to use to work it as a filler. These are some flags which I cut out. Again I pasted it on black background and then I cut it out. And these are some tickets. So we'll see that how we are going to decorate our box. Let me show you some of the pattern papers which I've used to cut it out are this. So these are the pattern papers which has lots and lots of elements you see, and yes, of course the fussy cutout will take lots of time, but the ultimate result would be really amazing because each elements are so clear with the black outline, so it would be easy for you to cut it out, and at last it will give the ultimate beauty. So let's see that. I am just eagerly waiting to start the process. Now let me check if my box is dried. This is how my box is looking right now. It is not completely dried, so I will keep it to dry for some more time, but that's how I covered all the edges. Okay, so basically when we are going to stick a pattern paper on it, the extreme corner would automatically will get the beautiful black outline if we follow this step. If we don't follow this step, then of course those craft or this brownish wooden look would be visible from the paper, and that obviously I would not prefer to be visible with my projects. So I will let it dry completely. I will keep it to dry, and then once it will dry, we'll start decorating our box. Alright, so my box is completely dry now. Now the first step is to find out that how to take out the measurement of the box to cut out the pattern paper. Alright, for this the step which I follow that I am going to tell you, because you are seeing a video here online, so it is not at all necessary that the box which you are picking up to work on your project would be exactly of the same size. Alright, so for that I'll just give you a thumb rule that how I followed to a step to cut pattern paper for my project. So I use a very simple trick of marking it. I just take my pattern paper. For example, I am planning to put this mustard color pattern paper inside. Okay, so first of all I will measure from here, from this corner to this corner. I'll just give it a mark. I'll just give it a very tiny dot here, which will work as a guideline for me. Okay, once that's done, I'll just cut it out. My heart really pains when I cut out this gorgeous pattern papers. I just wanted to secure it for lifetime, but of course it is not practical to do that. So okay, now see, we cut this. Now this is easily going inside like this. Okay, now from here I will measure the length of my pattern paper. For this, simply I'll follow the same rule. I'll just put my paper here inside and I'll just give it a mark here. Like this. Okay, now we have this two walls. Okay, one is this side and one is this side, so which means we need two pattern paper of the same size. So I will take the measurement of this pattern paper and will cut out one more piece. Following this step, you can take out and cut out the pattern paper for your entire box or any of your project which you are working on. Now let's see, we done this for this two walls. Now see, for the bottom, the same thing we'll do. I'll just put my pattern paper here. Okay, and we'll just give it a mark here and we'll cut it out. It is so simple. Alright, the same way we'll take out the measurement for all these sizes. Now see, this is little bigger than the box size, so I will just trim it a bit. I'm running short of space, I think, now because of the box size. Okay, now see if it is going easily inside. Yes, it is going. Okay, so once we'll cut out the pattern paper, let's see how to stick it. I'll just apply glue. I am using any normal PVA glue. Okay, you can use any glue for this, and simply we will slide this paper inside and we'll stick it. Okay, I am using this bone folder because the pattern paper is going at the depth, and here I would not able to press it with my fingers, so I would be using this bone folder, which would help me to to press it properly and to stick it in a place, and making sure that there is no bubbles. Only this part is a little tricky to do that because this is at the depth. The rest, then everything will be easy. And see, you just press it and it's done. Same way we are going to stick this pattern paper. And see, this is how the inside looks like. I'll just cover this wall, these two walls, and also we'll cover the entire boxes, and then we'll come back and we'll show you that how it looks. Alright, and this is how my box is looking now. And if you could see here, the black outlines are visible here, and this is because of the paint which we have done. Now imagine if we have not put anything here beneath, like the black color or any other color. The thing which would be visible from here would be the wooden this wood, and then ultimately it will destroy the finishing of our project. So that is the reason we preferred using any color, any white or black, any color of your choice to start the process. Now once it is done, with the same concept of measuring the pattern paper, I will measure and cover all the sides from here, and then I'll come back. Alright, so this is how my box is ready. I've covered all the areas with pattern paper, and as you can see, I've used paper laces from to all the corners to cover all the corners and the edges of my box. And this is how my box is looking. I just absolutely love this layout, this backside of my box, and this is how it is looking. Here on the top also, I have decorated with the paper laces which we cut out. Now let's start decorating it here, and then we'll start working on this window. So when I bought this box, so this usually in the market you get this box as a cutlery holder. So I chose it because I love this area where it has a window to showcase the a 3D setup of your work. All right, if in case you don't get something like this, so you can follow the layout which I'm telling you here. For this, I just cut out this design, and as you can see, I've added this stones here on all the edges. Now I'll take some of my fussy cutouts. I did lots of fussy cutouts for this work because I wanted to add most of the elements, because these elements are so beautiful. I wanted to use it maximum. So this is how I am planning to add it here. Okay, and then I cut out one more, this lady. And this time I have done some detailings with the white marker, with the white pen on it, which I will add only here on top like this. So to give it a 3D look, I will be using a double-sided foam tape. So I will make it a little in a time lapse, and I will increase the speed a little bit, and then we'll show you that what we are going to do in this. This box is looking now. If I'll put it here, it will merge with the background and it would not be visible. So for this, what I'll be doing is, I'll take any of the chalk paint, and I will simply take a brush and will, this way it will be lighter. Now once it is done, I have distressed this castle here, and we'll put it here. Now you can see that it is visibly has a difference. Okay, and once we will add it here, we are going to add with the help of double-sided tape, because we need to give a dimension. For this, if suppose you want to put it something at the background, you just put one layer of double-sided tape, and if you wanted to put something in front, which means you need to add more layers between that particular element. Okay, so we will add more layers of double-sided tape. So first let's start with the castle, and I will just add the layer here. Okay, and I will add it somewhere here. And we'll add it here like this. For this, I'll just take a strip of paper. I will fold it in half, and I will use this area here like this with the back side, like this. once my all the setup will be done, I will add this acrylic layer here on this. So for this I'll be using this B6000 glue. You can also use this glossy accent for this, because this also dries transparent, and it is also strong and doesn't leave any marks, but I prefer using this one. So I'll just apply a thin layer of glue all around the edges where my acrylic plate will sit, and then we'll just put it here like this, making sure that everything is done here inside, and then we'll just put it here. Now I'll put this acrylic sheet here on top. So I pasted it with this B6000 glue. Now this is the top layer, which I will put it here like this. I'm using B6000 again. And this is how my organizer is ready. I've also used rhinestones and some stones, others tiny stones, to decorate these paper laces. And this is the final look of my box. This is the front side. Now look at the cavity and the dimension which we have given using this. So I hope you liked it. Thank you. Bye.